DLS Wave, and we are back
again.
All right, thank you, everybody, for coming back to the channel. Today we have two beautiful people of the motherland, which is Burna Boy and Captain Ibrahim Traore. Now, it's safe to say there's no conflict going on between the two of them, but people seem to try to, make it look like there's friction going on between the two of them. So we're gonna break that down on DLS Wave.
In it.
All right, so there's been news going around. It's not really news. It's a fact. Burna Boy made an offer to Burkina Faso specifically Ibrahim Traore, asking to come to the country to perform for the Burkinabes to show support and solidarity with the country. And people, it's like, it's like it's like a split between straight down between two different peoples. Now, one side is saying it's a great idea. It's showing that Burna Boy does care about the African continent. The other group seems to be saying, there's been multiple instances where, like, places like the Congo, Somalia, they're all going through it. So why Burkina Faso? Is it just because Burkina Faso is in the limelight, so to speak? So he's trying to get, a fair take on the shine, or whatever that expression might be. Moving on, Master S, I know you're dying to give your spin on this one. Let's jump into it.
Well, he's a musician, right? And
wrong.
Musicians what is wrong?
Right. Yeah, right. You're right. I thought you were asking if it's right or wrong.
Musicians sometimes, like most of the time, they are more like they are also politicians, right? They know how to play those games where they can get in and win sympathy and win supporters and followership and all those things. So I think that's the aim. But anybody that criticizes his move has a valid point, because if you look at the continent again, there are so many things going on every day, every single day, where we need people like him and others to raise awareness, voice out, speak out, because they have the influence. People listen to them. But he has kept quiet on some of those issues. So both sides can be right, So that's where I stand. I feel if they say he's not welcome, he should go somewhere else. And that's it.
All right, Master L, do you think this is going to be like a distraction for what's going on right now? Because that's what most people are saying. Ibrahim Traore has been like, there's been an attempted, assassination on his life. I think, 18 times? We all know. And it's almost like, he's trying to protect himself as much as possible. So people are saying it's just the wrong time, because when he does the show, there's going to be like, tons of people, amassing in one single spot. So it's a possibility, in terms of, terrorism and, the attacks that has already been, attempted on his life. There might be an opportunity to kind of like, go in and, as the word goes, unalive Mr. Traore. So do you think it's a wrong timing, or you think it's just, people again, just social media
being people.
Yeah, I think I can call it wrong timing, and in the sense that, like you said, we all know what's happening. All eyes on Ibrahim Traore, and you know how, like, even in our homes, right? If you want to know if you have ants in the house, you just pour sugar somewhere, wait for a while, and see if ants will convene for the sugar. I think it's a similar I'm just using that analogy here to say that, like you rightly said, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in your name, as Jesus says.
Yes.
So it's I think it's a caution. I don't think Ibrahim Traore or Burkina Faso intentionally want to deny him. Of course, he's a son of the soil, and if he's coming to do a show for free, why not? To entertain your citizens, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think it's the timing, the circumstances under which he is now. He cannot risk anything, because when you are planning to have fun, that is when someone else is planning to cause mayhem. And you make the work of the enemy easier when you put people together. So you might think you're organizing a fun show. someone might be thinking, okay, this is an opportunity for me to infiltrate because there's going to be thousands of people. So yeah, that's an opportunity to get in there and do whatever I want to do. Brian Traore might not necessarily be there, but just through that show, someone
Yeah.
can create confusion, and that can be a decoy for something. I'm not any technical guy, so
Secondly,
I'm just talking from a
what is there to celebrate?
well, I mean,
It's not
Africans
really
are
a
happy
celebration,
people.
but it's more like, to
Yeah.
show some sort of solidarity, like,
Solidarity.
we're in arms, right? We support you.
Right.
We think you're on the right track, and we just, giving you the
Yeah.
push. So,
He should organize it in Ghana.
in where,
support
Kenya?
them.
Kenya
They
or
don't.
Ghana?
I feel the country don't need something like that now because they are restructuring, right? And they are trying to set things in place where they can maybe later in the future have those kind of concerts. He can actually organize something like that in support of, and then you organize it in a country, maybe even in Nigeria or in Ghana or some other African country that is open for those things, and then you raise funds and use it to support them if that is what you think. You understand? But to go inside that country where, like you said, there's so many things going on, topics every single day, people are looking at them.
Yeah, you don't know who is who.
You don't know who is who. So I think, yes, his plan is not bad, but he should try and do it in another country, raise those funds and use it to support, right?
That's not a bad thing.
That would be your gift. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, we all know Burna Boy, though. He's very, unapologetic in the way he handles himself. So, as one might expect, he shot back. So, this is what he said on his Twitter handle. I mean, now X. So, he said, I said I wanted to do a free show in Burkina Faso, and I got a lot of positivity. But at the same time, surprisingly, some morons said a lot of unbelievably negative-ish. That had me in shock. He said, one, I'm sorry, but you are not qualified to even speak my name. If your only contribution to this world is typing dumb comment or talking into your cheap ring light and phone. Two, he says, how can you tell me what to do for any part of my home, which is Africa, when nobody in the history of your family tree has done anything significant or even at all for any part of Africa or even planet Earth as a whole. 3, I have nothing to gain from anybody and I don't owe anyone anything. But that never stopped me from doing the great work I do. My integrity is unquestionable. Therefore, burn in hell if you said anything negative. Now, do you guys think he's being overly emotional, overly sensitive, or you think the pushback is warranted?
I feel you can push back on stuff without being extremely negative. I think the truth is negativity has actually made us turn into fools, right? Where we feel we can say things to hurt people. Yes, you can disagree with his approach without insulting him, right? You can raise your point and say, hey, we feel like if you do it this way, it will be better. If you do it this way, without insulting him. So for you to be extremely negative and attacking the person that you don't actually know, you've not met, I feel that is wrong. You understand? So he has every right to defend himself and call those people the same names so that you also know how it feels to be called
Mr.
a
L,
moron.
arrogance on his part, or you think it's a justified pushback?
I don't know the extent or the kind of comments that people were writing, and I don't know who these commenters were. Were they Africans or whatever? But I'm guessing most of them are definitely Africans because that's what most unfortunately most Africans like to talk rubbish about their own. But I think he's right to defend his own integrity. And I think he's coming at this hard because of the caliber of comments that he might have received. Some people, I heard some people saying that he's probably being pushed by some external forces or he's being influenced by some external forces and all that. And I think that's what will hurt him to push him to that extent, to make such very strong comments. So yeah, his comments I think are coming on the back of the intensity of the comments that he has received. I don't think that ordinarily he would come and give out such strong wording against people because he's a superstar, right? Nobody wants to tarnish his image. And that's why I think in his comment that you just read, he was being specific to those who made
The
negative
negative
comments.
comment, yeah.
Yeah, right.
All
So
right.
yeah, I think that
Okay.
it's not too much. I think he's just responding to the force that he got.
Yep.
That's all.
All right. So final take.
Yeah.
Do you think, Mr. L, that as Africans we do that all the time? Like we try to put friction between two people, things that are not really an issue. We try to blow it out of proportion, and then it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's something that happens very often, especially when it comes to celebrities. And in this day and age of stardom and freedom of speech and social media, anyone who has a phone is basically a journalist now. And everybody is looking for trend and traction. And so I think that is what causes people to make such comment. There are some people who just get online just to trend.
It's their
Right?
thing.
There are people like
just
that.
their thing. Yeah.
They just so because they have nothing else to contribute.
Yeah.
They have
To
nothing
society,
original,
yeah.
so they just have to go on someone's page to make such comments to draw attention onto themselves so their own social media accounts can grow as well.
Yeah.
So I think that we got into a point where anyone who is in the limelight, like a celebrity, you have to understand that people feed off some of these comments.
Yeah.
And so that's why sometimes you have to be measured on how you respond or you just ignore them. Because no matter what you do, that's some people's bread and butter. That's what they do. They have nothing original to offer. But barring all that, I think Africans in general, we have this PhD thing, pull him down, right? I can't do it, somebody's doing it. They paid me, so I have to pull him down, right? And there are other people, exactly. Yeah, and there are some people who are like loyal fans of somebody else. So when the other person does, no matter what they do, it's not beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? I think that thing we have to stop it. I mean, that's one thing that I always think that other races do better than us, right? If someone is winning, they encourage the person. But in Africa, when someone is winning, it's an opportunity for someone to pull them by the whatever and pull them down. So yeah.
I'm gonna put Mr. S in the spotlight right now. Now, let's say you're a netizen, right? You saw this. What would be your your either your post or your comment on this? You see Burna Boy's post. How would you comment on this?
The word is if it's possible. So I'll just, if I have to comment, usually I
Yeah.
see those things and I just ignore, right? But if I have to comment, I wish you all the best. And the people of that country, I think they also deserve it. If the opportunity is there. Because listen, time is there. We can go through history. Look at what was going on in Jamaica. They needed Bob Marley to step in and bring some peace. We've seen Lucky Dube done a huge concert in South Africa. So and so at so many other many other places, right?
Yeah.
It is okay. It is okay. My comment will just be all the best because those people deserve it. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So that will be it from us. Apologies on Mr. S's half. He's a little old. He gets brain freeze from time to time, so we might have to forgive him. But yeah, on a personal note, though, I think there was something I heard somebody say last time. It's called delayed truth, right? Sometimes you can be brutally honest about something, but like you said, it might not be the right time. Example, it's like your kid, you tell your kid, hey, stop doing something, and then they get hurt, right? Right there and then you don't go be like, I told you so, right? Blah, blah, blah. The kid is hurting, right? You can comfort the kid then. And then later you can go back like, this is why I told you, do not do that. You do that, you're going to get hurt. But it looks like people out there now, it's like once something happens, right? It's like you said, boom. It's like, no, it's not the right time. Oh, it's like you're going to use this as a platform to boost your own following, blah, blah, blah. So just like Mr. S said, rightfully, you could be like, yeah, we understand, you're a lot for the country, a lot for the continent. But we think if you delay it a bit, it will be, in the country's good interest, since, you know, our brother's life is always being put on the line. So something I feel like Burna Boy would be like, you know, people actually do care. You know what I mean? As opposed to just jumping on his back like he's trying to pretty much, you know, manipulate the situation for his own benefit. Because I don't think Burna Boy needs any more either press or, you know, any more fan base or whatever. He's made it. He's big. Yeah. So as Africans, just like you guys both said, we have to learn how to talk about our own. We should not wash our dirty laundry or dirty linen in public all the time. Yep. So guys, in the comment section, let us know if this was absolutely wrong on Burna Boy's part, or it was one of those things that Africans like to blow out of proportion. So from us, DLS in Shanghai, see you on the next episode.